All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today is August 11th, which means it's pretty much almost September. Thanks for joining us. John, you'll notice, is back from vacation. Good Lord, I got a hair.
Hey.
I need a haircut. Welcome him back. It was fun to be without him, but it's more fun to have him back. So it's good to have you
Take
back.
what I can get there.
Yeah, it was lonely. It was lonely by myself. It was mostly just talking about random stuff. Yeah, he's back now, which is fantastic. I'm Jay, as always. Take that review. At this point, you know where to find me. I'm on Instagram. I am on my website. Tonight, we have a bunch of fun stuff for you. We're drinking 2 limited editions that nobody seems to be super up in arms about, which is great. Beam's Old Tub Unfiltered 50% ABV and Beam's Repeal Batch Non-Chill Filtered. Both are technically limited, which I think means they limited it to about 190,000 cases, since that's about how Beam
275,000.
275,000. Yeah, they're $20 and under. I think I paid a little bit over $20.99, I think, for mine. But we'll get there in a few. We're warming up. Both of us had fucking crazy days, so it's nice to finally be sitting down with a drink here. We both work with computers, and I think the computers I think they took a bite out of us today. I think they might have won.
Yeah, it certainly felt like a scene out of The Matrix a few times.
I was thinking of like that scene in iRobot where they just get beat to shit. But
yes, also that.
It's good to be here, though. It's good to be on stream. It's good to kick back and relax for a bit. I think so far I announced a couple really cool things this week for our bourbon. For those of you that are interested in bourbon here, hey Peter, it is good to see you. Same with you, Michael, Jordan, Eric. Wow, full house tonight. Earlier this week, we announced our bourbon will be doing a Penelope blend. Penelope is an independent bottler here in the United States. They're blending MGP stock for their own mash bill. They've got a couple expressions so far, but they will be doing a MGP blend for us. John, myself, and my good buddy Kogan. He goes by LIFO, an accountant, or the auditor reviews. Yeah, 200,000 cases is a small batch for Beam. That's for certain, Peter.
Yep.
But we will be live blending this Friday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, which I'm super looking forward to. They've gotten some pretty good casts that'll be fun to blend together. That'll be for our bourbon. I think we're going to do 180 bottles of that, so there should be plenty to go around on top of Smooth Ambler, which is going well. Those samples are in the air. Russell's is in the air as well. I'm doing some label design for that. I think next week we'll have some prototypes. And Knob Creek samples will hit next week. So I don't have a panel for that. So if you're interested, drop me a line. If not, I know we'll be getting some people in on that. That should be a lot of fun. That'll be a huge break as we go towards 10 barrels for our bourbon in 2020. I think that might wrap up while you were away, John. I think last week I tasted Master's Keep. I tasted Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, which you've gotten your paws on.
Yes.
The week before, I drank some Penelope, drank some Bullet Bourbon. Tonight I have the Blender Select I'm warming up with, but I drank some of their Barrel Proof. So yeah, what do you say we get into it?
Let's kick it off here.
Was there any other news? I can't think of anything from the industry that was super crazy going on. It was pretty quiet, actually, except for our jobs.
Yeah. Makers is going to be rolling out their 2020 limited edition, so it'll be the follow-up to RC6. So their wood finishing series, that's going to be coming out this week, but
what are they calling that? Or do we not know?
They were going to use the Stay Profile name originally. Yeah, somebody does have an intermittent fuzzy mic. Jordan, could you just double check that you're using your proper mic there?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Jordan said it, but I'm talking to Jay here. Anyway. Looks like you're on there.
Yeah, things okay here. Well, move it a little closer.
It's happened a couple times. Who knows?
It could be my air conditioning. It's been a little hot here.
It sounds like mic feedback, but it's fine. So anyway, the makers, they were going to call the Stay Profile, which I forget from the top of my head. It was something stupid, though. And they realized that, and they're going to just go with 2020 limited release or 2020 limited edition in the wood finishing series. So they'll basically just say like 2020 limited edition, I think.
Okay.
They're bottling that this week, so we'll see what ends up actually coming out of it. But
I'll be interested. You had the RC6, right?
I did, actually. I thought the nose on it was mental. It was really cool. It was, I think, cool to see makers dip their toe into that pool because they never really done a true limited release. Like, okay, we have X amount of these, and when they're gone, they're gone. It's always kind of been like, oh, we're going to do cask strength, and it's like sort of limited because we just want to see how much you like it. But there's like plenty of it to go around.
Yeah.
They did actually just release a 10th anniversary edition of their Maker's 46. They released that at cask strength as well.
Oh, I have seen that one. I haven't tasted it yet, but I've seen it floating.
Yeah. The whole reason I brought it up is there was a little bit of confusion on if that was the sequel to RC6, but because Makers didn't actually do a whole lot of press on it.
Yeah.
So it just kind of popped out as like, oh, hey, look, here's a limited edition 46, and it's actually just the 10-year anniversary, which I think they missed a little bit of a potential hype on that, but whatever.
Yeah, certainly. Interesting. Yeah, Rhett, you are correct. I don't know if you can pop that up on the screen there.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Rhett, our bourbon will be getting a Knob Creek single barrel. We'll be doing more of them in the future. We're starting to stack up a little bit, which is kind of nice.
That's a bourbon single barrel, correct?
Yes, that is a bourbon single barrel. Probably won't be 15, 16 years, but it'll be well aged. In the next couple of weeks, we'll get that into taste, but those are definitely back.
Are you digging into the beam right now?
No, I'm finishing up my warm-up pour. I had a little bit of the Bullet, the blender selection.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I wasn't falling too.
You're not buying
it. I was trying to get our banners built out for the rest of the night because, I didn't have a pair of minutes to rub together today, so I had to kind of like cobble this all together on the fly.
No, that's cool. That's pretty much what I was doing last week. I was just like hitting random buttons as I went.
That GIF emoji there of the cat smashing the keyboard.
Yeah, that was me.
It's me all day.
It was fun. I forget that producing is actually really hard work. Like what you do goes super underappreciated because I sat here the whole time just clicking the wrong button from the moment I started to the moment I ended.
Yep. So what's this one do?
Yeah, I was like, is brand? Oh yeah. That's what I wanted, but I just played the intro loop 3 times.
Sweet.
Let's see. Yeah, I should pour these out. For the record too, this is the first time I'm tasting the tub. I actually thought we were going to get it way late, and it was in the grocery store last week. So I grabbed one because it was $20, and I'll take a bet on most things under $20.
Oh yeah, I'll take a flyer on anything right up to probably $50.
It was right next to the new Dickel Bottled and Bond limited edition. That was, I think, $38.99, and for some reason I wavered on that one, and it might be gone, so I might regret that.
Yeah, I'm a little curious as to why you didn't just grab both, because it could have been in and out the door for under $60.
It is because I am a bitch. No, actually, I only had so many dollars, and I thought that I grabbed what did I grab with the old tub? It was kind of expensive. I forget what it was, but I crossed my $50 random spending threshold. So
yeah, I've got an arbitrary $75 limit. That anything up to that point, I'm not too scared of buying if I've at least heard of it.
Yeah.
But if it's under 50, I'm not too scared to try it. But you start getting to the point of hey, I've never even heard of this or seen the label online before. Let's just go right ahead and not buy it yet.
The weakness for me was that I already had a tub-sized cart of stuff that I hadn't planned to buy. That I had
an old tub size.
Yeah, old tub size. It was big.
Nailed it.
Wasn't 200,000 cases big, but it was pretty big. And they for some reason kept this behind the register. They kept the $20 not so limited edition from Beam behind the register.
Did it make you feel a little bit like a boss walking up there and being like, look, I'm gonna need the tub?
Well, I felt real guilty if I put something back. So I was like, just throw in the tub. It's cheap. Give it to me. I didn't want to be like, oh, you got tub. Let me
you got
back. Put some of that back.
Real quick, let me get in the tub.
It was more like getting my tub, bring it on over, just plop it on in.
Now you're talking. Open it up. I'm in the tub and put it on me.
If you just pour it in my mouth, we'll be okay.
Dirty tub.
Yeah, they've started rolling out. We've gotten a weird amount of limited editions lately. Not 4 Roses limited edition single, small batch, whatever hasn't shown up. But Tub showed up on time. I think you might win though with Toasted Barrel showing up early. But
yeah, I was very surprised to see that. It didn't hit shelves or anything. It still come in a pretty skinny quantity, but I walked into the store and got my paws on one. I was pretty excited about that.
That's wild. Ooh, that bullet is good. All right. I think I'm warmed up. Might be a little bit mafia drinking night.
I mean, I feel like this is Tuesday, right? Tuesday ends in what? Yes, most certainly mafia drinking whiskey night.
See, the mafia meets on Mondays, but you got to keep it going.
Always extend it. One day if you can. You have to make up for the bank holidays and all the other garbage that goes on.
It's funny because it's only mafia from the waist up. Like if any of us stood up, we'd be in trouble.
No, yeah, I'd get banned from YouTube.
We'd both get banned. We'd be over almost before we began.
Yep. You thought you were going to get some subscribers, but what you got is kicked out. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you showing up tonight. Next time, wear pants, you fucking idiots.
I'm sure that, like, we're probably not the first people they would say that to. Like, we have to be many deep a lot of people that have gotten banned.
It's going to be half of YouTube. YouTubers don't know what pants are.
If I had $1 for every time I accidentally stood up in a work WebEx and wasn't wearing pants, I could buy more old tub.
You could get in the tub.
In the tub.
I'm going to get in the tub. Wait, are we going to have the tub or the repeal first?
I don't know. What do you want to start with?
Somebody in the audience tell us.
I haven't had repeal. I haven't had repeal in like a year. I haven't had tub ever, so both should be pretty fresh to me.
Yeah, I talked about the limited edition that hasn't gone away yet.
Yeah, I talked about it from Whiskey from Home, and I expected it to like kind of disappear a while after that, just because it had been like 9 months already.
Right. Yeah.
But no. At 86 proof and non-chilled filter, repeal batch is inspired after the way we made it during Prohibition.
Evidently, nobody in chat gives a damn what we drink, so let's go ahead with the repeal.
Repeal it is. I'm ashamed of you all. It's Tuesday.
No, sorry, Hokie. Sorry, I'm too late.
Y'all are too late. You guys are slow.
Yeah. No, we're switching over to Twitch. We're out of here. Talk to gamers. See,
I forgot that people go on Twitch, actually.
Yeah, people use Twitch, I think. There's got to be, I don't know, a couple million 15, 16-year-olds that are playing Fortnite. And I'm sure they want to watch a couple of ball bags and suits drink whiskey.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, thank you, Blake. I have done no hair cutting since last time. But I'm glad that you think it looks fresh.
Yes, always looking sharp. Jay actually has to keep Band-Aids in his suit jacket because he's just so sharp that he starts cutting people up and he has to help them out. People be bleeding everywhere.
That one hurt. That one hurt, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
I ran a poll on Twitter. And I was like, should I cut my hair? And it was very divided between whether I should let my fiance cut my hair or if I should just keep the mohawk going. Like, mohawk, mo better. So I think we'll just let it roll.
Yeah, just keep hawking.
Nice. Well, okay, so I got the repeal. This is first cracks. This is neck pour. I'm sure it'll open up as much as...
The limited edition that has been on the shelf so long it's had a fucking birthday.
It's had several, I think. So, like, not that this is how I measure time, but the repeal batch, I definitely bought like 2 apartments ago. And I'm going to buy a house soon, so maybe it'll be a house and 2 apartments ago. It's been around. I'm fine with it. I mean, it was my limited edition that's under the radar for Whiskey from Home. I think it's probably the best $17 you can buy that isn't like a pizza.
Yeah, okay. I'm not over the whole house and apartment measurement though. You got me thinking Monopoly. Like, is 2 apartments worth 1 house? Is that how we're measuring time now? Because if it is, I'm cool with it. I just want to know.
That
like,
is how I measure
3 apartments ago, or is this like 1.5 houses ago? Or
I've like found bottles that I bought apartments ago and just like have now unpacked. Ooh, so this is, I think I paid $16.99 for this.
Yeah, that's what it is here too.
Okay.
We finally have something that didn't save you like 18 more bucks than me.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't like $39.99 in a glass case of made.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like,
you to get the manager to come unlock it. Like, excuse me, so I would like some of the beam, please.
So actually, funny story. I'll make it super quick. I wanted a bottle of scotch from the glass case at a local retailer. It had been so long since they opened that that they didn't know where the key was, and the guy came over with a bucket of keys, and he was like, "Yo, man, like, you want to help me look through this? Like, we could be here all day." And I was like, "Oh, I don't want it that bad, but like, help, like, help me get in." And luckily, I think it was like the 7th key we tried out of like a literal bucket. And he's like, "You're gonna be back in here soon?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be back in here all the time, like usual. I'll hold on to this one." But I was like, "Oh no, we're gonna be here for 7 hours trying to just get into this glass case. So I'm gonna have a $40 bottle of scotch."
Be those guys in the middle of the grocery store going through every key, like, here, try this one. Oh, try
Yeah,
this
basically.
one. So this is a little thin for something that's non-chill filter, but still, it's 86 proof. I mean,
yeah. So Nose has like a lot of honey, which is kind of nice. I don't usually get that from Beam.
Yeah, peanut brittle almost.
Yeah, honey, melons, and peanut butter. At least Riley's has like a flight of stairs, Peter. This is pretty nice. So yeah, like an almond note. I don't get like a really bold caramely toffee note. I like the peanut's definitely there. It's not like a Knob Creek.
No, it's not.
It's pretty nice. It's certainly not going to be out. There's no ethanol in the nose.
No.
Yeah, I say like if I had to pick 3 notes, it's toffee, it's melon, it's very light peanut.
Yeah,
Like I think a honeydew melon.
Yeah, I'm thinking that honey, almost a praline style, like sweet, nutty, but it's like bright though. It's not like the rich boldness you get in a knob. I mean,
no, this is not rich and it is not savory.
Correct.
Yeah, it's lighter, it's brighter. This would almost this would stand up not well in a cocktail, but like in like a highball, something like you're going for lighter, fruitier.
Yeah.
It does have a lot more oak though than like Jim Beam White Label, which I think is a key differentiator.
A lot more spice too, actually, on the sip. A little peppery.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Great legs on it, actually. Not that really means a whole fuck of a lot in terms of how it's going to taste or anything, but I think it gets some chicken fingers dribbling down the glass there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's surprising. It's not young or musty. I can't imagine this is super old, like maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not musty at all. I mean, yeah, I'd be shocked if this was much more than 5 years, really, but it doesn't have any youth on it, though, so.
No, this is, they clearly picked a bunch of casks for this.
Yeah. I mean, I got to believe they probably tucked in a few old ass barrels, too, that didn't make the cut for something else.
Some some naughty
knobs.
Not well
They just wouldn't stay in line. Not well-behaved knobs. Poorly behaved knobs went into this. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on. But also, you're going to imagine, like, this came out of the barrel, I would guess, somewhere between 120 and 130 proof. And there's an awful lot of water between there and here.
Yeah,
so
this is
while it's non-chill filtered, it comes in a little thin. Definitely better than like your bottom shelf for Beam, which I don't know, what's this, like $1 more expensive?
I think it's like $1.50, and it is worth pointing out. So this is 43% ABV. This is about as low as you can go non-chill filtering before you start to see the effects of non-filtering. So, right. I mean, we know that most of the core expression from Beam is 43% ABV. It makes a lot of sense of that proof. It's interesting that they don't bill the other things as non-chill filtered because of the same ABV, but if that's what it takes to set this apart, I'm into it.
Yeah,
as much as I can be for $16.99, $15.99.
I'm certainly not mad at it for the price.
No, I think blinded this would perform really, really well, especially under $20. I could see this really taking some names.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that it would probably struggle against Evan White Label.
Oh,
but I mean, there's not a lot of heavyweights within that price range.
That's the thing. The things that stand out under $20 like are just so head and shoulders above the rest, which is, I mean, really a testament to how lucky we are. I think that, I really like this. This was my under the radar limited edition pick, but I think that Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is just like every day that it doesn't go up in price surprises me because they could price it up and I think it would still perform really strongly, but this is nice.
Yeah, I dig it.
I'm gonna leave a little bit.
Yeah, I
to
left a
open.
little bit so we could do a little comparison with the tub.
Get in the tub.
Time to get in the tub, motherfucker.
I feel like I don't know if you're a Key and Peele fan, but there's the pussy on the chain wax episode where they just say it over and over and over and no one knows what it means. And I feel like by the end of this, we're gonna be like, get in the tub, and like no one around us will have any idea what's going on. But
To be honest with you, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I do agree with it.
oh man, I gotta find the episode.
Okay.
It's hilarious. While this is opening up, I'll hit it. Yeah, the tub. I'm really excited to see a 50% offering from them in this price range because honestly, when this was announced, I expected it to be like a $40 product.
Yeah,
And
I thought
it's
they were going to go over 35. You know, get up above Jim Beam Black, get a little closer to the Knob Creek pricing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind the sound of me typing here in the background. Yeah, there we go. For the bold readers at home, let's see. There we go.
So
And if you're
I mean,
pairing two of this stuff-
in my bottle, I've attacked the tub a little bit. I spent some time in the tub, you could say. I don't have like the raisin hands yet from being in the tub too long, but we're getting close.
Honestly, I didn't realize how open to like metaphors this was going to be and like inside jokes, but
Yeah. Well, I'm just always looking to get inappropriate too. So,
especially in the tub. Oh
yeah,
man. Oh,
I think my review for tub is coming out this week, Thursday. I've got it scheduled and I don't remember when. So that's about how good my fucking scheduling is. But it is coming out. It's all scheduled, ready to rock.
Good. So you don't have to give us any spoilers, but I have a feeling that. What did you think? You like it? Like it ish?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I dig it.
Man, this has. All right, forget what I said about Repeal. I wish this came out like 6 months earlier so I could talk about it.
Yeah, this is a lot richer on the nose, man.
This is much richer.
Yeah.
We don't have an age
more
statement on this, right? No age statement.
No, it's bottled and bond, so it's going to be 4 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I will be the first to admit that I did not realize that this was bottled and bond. That adds a lot to it.
It does.
I knew that this was 50% unfiltered, but I didn't know that they had bottled and bonded. So this is I wish that I had that bottle of Jim Beam bonded here with me.
No,
I know Peter's a huge fan of Old Tub. He bought a couple bottles, if I remember right.
He's in the tub deep. Yeah, I think he's up to his neck.
Yeah, up to his eyeballs.
He might not get out of that tub.
Oh man,
unfortunate. You know, if you wanted to, you could leave some of this outside, or you could go as far as to rest it on top of the oven, and you could have yourself a pretty much outstanding hot tub.
I knew something was going to come out of that, and I didn't know what it was, and then it's
not going to stop.
And then it arrived. Man, this is rich on the nose.
This is great.
This isn't like Dusty Sits a Well or rich, but compared to the Repeal, there's a lot more going on.
Yeah, I think we drank these in the right order, actually.
I think we did too.
I like to go from mild to wild when possible. And if you go the other way around, don't laugh. It's going to come out of your eyes. Of course you want chicken fingers, dude.
I think that when we make you a bio, I'm going to put, John, mild first, always wild.
Yeah, most certainly always wild.
To be fair, I would love some chicken fingers. I think that sounds fantastic. Man, though. Okay. So it's like a lot more brown sugar. There's some oak here. Like, it's not crazy old. It's not like old and musty, but really nice oak presence, really nice brown sugar, light cinnamon. Almost more of like a strawberry note instead of like a melon, if that makes sense. I don't know if that sounds like super out there.
I don't get strawberry, I don't think. Let me think about it, though, now that you said it, and see if it comes out.
So I don't get like a bright strawberry, like a strawberry fruit. I get like that, you know, those dehydrated strawberries like you can get? And like you, like
I do. They're great in yogurt.
Like if you open the bag, like,
okay,
it has that weird, like, musty strawberry, like, essence to it.
I know what you're talking about.
No peanut, though, surprisingly.
No, I mean, you could tell me that there was some nuttiness in there, but it doesn't jump right out as like the Beam peanut.
Yeah, the Repeal was very much more peanut forward than this one here.
chicken in the tub.
Ooh.
I mean, it sounds inappropriate, but I also do totally agree with it. So
Yeah,
let's
right.
run with that.
I would eat chicken in the tub on the right day.
I might do it any day. I haven't done that since like probably 2 weeks ago. I think this comes through a little heavier on the palate too.
Yeah, this has a little more oiliness to it. It certainly drinks a tiny bit hotter. It's certainly not hot at all, but it rests nicely on the tongue.
I'd be curious how different these are in the batching phase. You know, if Repeal were sitting at 100 proof, I wonder if they would be much different at all.
That's a really good point. I wonder if they would. I'd actually be really interested to take my beaker here and water Old Tub down to 43 and see if it's exactly the same. I know we can't go the other way on the other one, but
is an idea. Okay, when I get this tub down low enough to add some water, that's going to happen.
You're going for it?
Yeah, I'm going to run that.
I think it'd be interesting. But the tub is nice. I mean, it's not like insane, but I also paid $20.99 for it.
Yeah, for $20 for an LE, which we know how those can be. This could be on the shelf for 4 years. It's pretty tough to be mad at the tub, I think.
Yeah.
There is definitely a good chunk of cinnamon in there too. I really dig that.
Yeah, it drinks a lot richer than I expected. I honestly kind of expected a hot, like kind of corn forward mess.
Yeah.
Which we don't have, which is really nice to see.
You know, have you had Johnny Drum recently?
No, it's been.
This is reminding me, like this
5 years.
Johnny Drum without the Willet Maraschino in the background.
Oh, that's an interesting point. I will have to dig. I have one here somewhere. I have to dig it out.
If you don't, I've got a good chunk of that hanging out.
That's some good stuff. Yeah, I had that, I think, right after it came out. Pardon me, that was 2 apartments ago. I had it in my buddy Texas basement. He had us over. We had a huge meetup. And
that was free parking and 2 apartments ago?
Yes.
How would the tub stand up against Evan Bottled and Bond? We could probably make that happen.
I could find that, yeah. You'd see me go down the hall.
That's handy enough that I could probably dig that up.
I think that, so I like the tub, but I don't think that it'll top Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. But
I don't either.
Also have a huge soft spot for Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. I think what it would top, so I think that this would fit between Evan Williams Single Barrel and Evan Williams Bottled and Bond for me. Like, this is kind of in between based on the Single Barrel.
So wait a minute. Let's talk about that. Being the Single Barrel would be lower than the Bottled and Bond?
No, that the I would drink the Single Barrel, then I would drink Tub, then I'd drink Bottled and Bond.
Okay.
I really like the Bottled and Bond. But also I don't know. The Single Barrels are great, but they weren't as good as they were even just like a year or 2 ago. Like, it's clear they're getting younger. So
didn't we do this already?
We did, yeah. We did
and
this
didn't
like 10 weeks ago.
Single Barrel come out on top for both of us?
It did. That was a really good Single Barrel.
Yeah,
I've tried like 5 since then, and they were not that good.
Yeah, that's why I've been hoarding up on those. So those are the ones that are they were dumped on my birthday, like I think 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago? I don't remember. A few years ago anyway. And so I've been scooping those up and really digging in. The 1783 Kendrick brought up here. Put that up. So the 1783
I'd take the Tub.
It's kind of like what is the Heaven Hill, like Green Label, whatever their like super low proofer is. 1783 is kind of like that. It's just like a little bit of a grassy explosion, a barnyard.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's really not bad whiskey, but it's just like it doesn't hold up to any of their other products.
No, I agree. Yeah, that was a bonk. It's like fun story too. Like we tried your Single Barrel and it was awesome. So I went out and bought like 4 more locally, and none of them are nearly as good.
Yeah,
And now I have
that's
5 bottles of single barrel that I'm stuck with.
awesome.
Maybe for the rest of time.
No, you could do something scientific with those. Send them to Maine or whatever.
Yeah, here's 4 liters of whiskey for you.
Happy birthday, dickweed. When is the kitchen sink, Ellie? So the old tub is actually an old brand. It was relaunched.
And it has been a Kentucky exclusive for at least a couple of years now.
Yeah. They've been putting it out from I think it was from their. Is it the experimental distillery that they have? I can't remember what they have. If it's the experimental and the craft distillery is not online yet.
I thought honestly that it was just a small run for Kentucky. I mean, it gave people a reason to be proud of Kentucky outside of just making bourbon, which is nice. Yeah, it was at DSP 230, so we'd have to check that out. But I don't think it has anything crazy novel, but except this year. It did come in the small bottle, so I want to say 375,
yeah,
which is enviable. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, it was distillery only. That's definitely it. But yeah, this old tub is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I am happy. I would definitely buy a couple more. Maybe just like 1 or 2 though, because it could be around for a while.
Yeah, I don't think you need to go buy a case of it. It wasn't the experimental distillery, just in the gift shop in small pint-sized bottles. Well, there you go. It's good to have people in Louisville that can cross-check.
Yeah, that sell booze for a living, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick sells booze, right?
When he's not saving kids from cancer, yes.
Ah, well,
he does both. He's a hero in a lot of different ways.
Big and small, we love them all. Honestly, that tub's nice. I'm gonna go back to the repeal here in a second, but I think based on the tub might replace my obscure, not boner-worthy. Yeah, might replace my obscure limited edition that nobody cares about award, because this is definitely better than the repeal.
That sounds like something you would catch on MXC, the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge show. The obscure limited edition award goes to Jim Beam Repeal. Jim Beam. Old Tub.
I was thinking of like the Ocho, but for whiskey.
Yeah.
When they're like, well, this was all that we could get, and it's pretty good.
And it's limited, so 3 years from now, you won't be able to get it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 3 apartments from now and 200,000 bottles, it'll be gone.
Not boner worthy. Well, that's one unit of measure I suppose we could go with.
That's definitely, yeah, I have not measured bourbon that way before, but no, I think that you are very accurate in that statement.
I mean, when you're getting in the tub, now we can leave that one there. Right you are, Ken. Kenny Blankenship. Man, MXC is so fucking funny.
Yes, Auditor, I would definitely go out and buy all of the tub, but like 32 bottles. I know that Ohio probably only got 19 of them.
True.
Because it's Ohio.
But they're too busy stocking up on Weller.
Yeah, honestly, so like, I don't know, like there's not much great bourbon that you can buy a case of and still be out under $130. Like, I bet honestly that this would probably work okay in a cocktail too. Like, I'd make an old fashioned out of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It honestly, too, like it doesn't look that bad. Like, it looks pretty sharp. I would give some of these out.
Well, they went high class, so they jumped up from the screw top to the synthetic cork.
Which, like, I'm not going to complain about. Like, I don't mind screw tops as long as they're quality, and these are not quality. Like, these things dent and crack like nobody's business. All right, so I think it's pretty clear. So we like the old tub better.
Yeah, I think the tub wins this one. But I mean, on their own, before tub was out, even now, I have no problems with the repeal batch. I think it's good. Yeah. It's a step up from the lower beam offerings. It's got good spice to it. It's got a decent change from your everyday pedestrian $16 bourbon.
Honestly, this would be if we were still allowed to tailgate with our friends and do stuff, like this is perfect for tailgating. Like, bring it. I would drink this. I drink this on ice. I would not be mad if my friends mixed it, shot it, threw it
Drop
off.
down on one knee on a tailgate and
Yeah. In fact, I mean, if it was the right game, I'd probably join them like a little bit. But I think it excels at that. This is the perfect Christmas party bourbon. Like, you show up because you've been asked to bring bourbon. You drink bourbon that you can stomach drinking, and then you leave it behind. And they have bourbon that's not terrible.
and you bring a flask of something inside of your delicious suit jacket. And when nobody's looking, you pour that into your glass.
I don't know. Like, in a social gathering, like, I'm not trying to drink like 1990s Clinalish Scotch whiskey, whatever. But
Yeah, when you're hanging out with dudes who don't give a damn, they just want to have like some whiskey and have fun. I think that checks every box.
I would smuggle this to my parents for Christmas. That's the shelf I put it on.
Okay.
That's where I sit. And it's $16. Like, I think that the under $20 range of whiskey is like weirdly hyped, and that like anything that's drinkable is like lauded as like the best whiskey ever. And I'm not saying that Ancient Age is that whiskey, because Ancient Age rocks. But there aren't many contenders that aren't also terrible in their own way.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. That's a good way to look at it.
I mean, under 20 is like risk is all get out. Like 20 to 40, there's a lot less risk unless you go full craft. But under 20, it's them's danger time.
Well, the weird part about the craft stuff too, at least around this area, is like anything north of the Mason-Dixon, really, when you start looking at craft whiskey, it's over $50 and fucking blows. Like, there's nothing about it that's any good.
I can't think of a $20 craft whiskey I've had that was good.
I can't think of a $20 craft whiskey I've ever seen. They're all 50 plus around this area anyway. And I think a huge part of that is just like, we can't make any money if we don't charge too much money for this. So let's charge a boatload for garbage whiskey and then try to get rid of some gin and other non-aged spirits for, $20.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. So I agree with Peter in the chat here. I mean, for $20, I'll buy a couple of these. I'll probably get an extra one now. Every couple of weeks, I might grab one or two based on how many, it's kind of hard because I used to take a bunch of bourbon with me when we go meet people. We go to barbecues, like, hey, whiskey guy, bring some bourbon. All right, I'll bring something that I don't, I care about it, but I don't care if, if you dump it in Coke, like, that won't bother me. I think this is perfect for that. Now in quarantine, like, I'm not sitting around crushing through $20 bourbon nearly as much as people might suspect, I guess. But I mean, this has a great place on the shelf. I think this totally belongs. I think it's good stuff. But
yeah, I'm with you.
I also, at the end of a long day, I'm probably not sitting down to chug Old Tub too often because, I'm not in those social situations. Like,
right, just on a random Tuesday on the internet with some other ball bags.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I got roped into this, but it's been all right.
Look, man, when I call you up and I'm like, Jay, do you want to get in the tub? You're not going to say no. You haven't said no yet, I should say.
Sorry, I should like expect these at this point in the episode, and every time you're like, hey, this, and I'm like, oh, what are you about to say? And he's, oh,
does he have something interesting? No, he's being a fucking idiot.
But I mean, like, yeah. I mean, any day is a good day to get in the tip. This is fine whiskey. It's under $20. It's $20. It's under 25 based on where you live. I mean, booze is super cheap in Wisconsin. It's all we have. We have cheese. We have lots of beef, and we have alcohol. And that's what Wisconsin has. We have a lot of good stuff too, but I mean, you have lobsters. You've been taking money from me on the lobster front for years.
A lot.
So you can let me have my cheap booze.
Dude, lobster's so cheap here right now.
It's crazy.
Can I do this without spoiling? This is getting dangerous.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think I recognize what that is.
You do.
I think I do.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe I should like crack into mine too.
Yeah, instead of trying to do it without spoiling, let's do it as hey, you guys remember when Jay was talking about doing a bourbon blend for our bourbon?
This is gonna be like Chattanooga all over again. I can't open the thing.
Fucking Chat City here.
Oh, sweet. Hey, look, he's in the Glencairn.
All right. I just wanted one of the pipettes.
Oh, is that it?
That's all I was going for here. But there's no way I could do it without radically exposing myself. I mean, radically exposing.
I was going to use the beaker thing.
That's a graduated cylinder, Jay.
Sorry,
This,
I'm not
this
a
fucking
chemist.
science, bro.
As I trip, there's like a dog Kong beneath my feet.
The box there. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so we're cracking into the Penelope box a little bit earlier because they have some nice hardware.
Giggity.
Giggity. Yeah, so old tub. I think if we deleted this shit down to...
Yeah, I'm going for it. Oh, wait. You know what?
Let's see.
Okay, here we go. Let's get weird.
I'm going to do some math here. Let me approach.
Oh, you were going to do math.
Oh.
You do that. I'm going to do science by putting this in front of the whiskey cam.
You do 86 milliliter. My God.
Sorry, can't hear you. Just adding water.
8.6 and 1.3 to get you to 10. That should work. This is a big cylinder. Good God.
Man, I wonder what it's like to do all that math. Getting liquored up over here.
I'll never know. Let's see. Okay, so old tub. If I break this thing before we do the stream on Friday, Penelope's going to kill me. But
oh, yeah. I can see Mike's face now. Very judgmental towards you.
Mike's going to be like, what were you doing?
He was actually telling me that he thinks you're an asshole.
This guy's a humongous idiot.
I almost didn't get that out without laughing.
I'm just like picturing like Rob Riggle trying to do something like this. All right, so I get 40. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. You know what? Just that whatever non-scientific amount of water I added most certainly fixed that mouthfeel to make it just like Repeal.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
No, you're supposed to leave me in the dark.
I mean, it's like fucking whatever. It's the same and shit. Oh, here we go.
Oh. God can be my witness. We have hit 50 exactly.
Fucking money.
I'm scared though because I'm certain that this will be exact. Give this a little kajigger. This
is officially. I don't know if we're banned, I think.
No.
The
Sopranos was wildly successful on HBO.
You've got a good point. I'm gonna have to get that Nas track that they use for the intro.
Yes. So I got. This is exactly 43% ABV.
Mine is exactly 44% actually. I just did some quick math with it.
So this is kind of cold though. My water is ice cold. I'll let this warm up for a few. I think the nose on this is better than the Repeal, but I have a feeling the path's going to be very similar. In the most unscientific of ways.
Yeah. Something in the Repeal.
Yeah, I'll never get taken seriously ever again. After warming this guy up. That feels better.
Yeah. Next time you're going to get that weird, I mean, we could just do it real quick. Like, oh, hey, Jay's just off camera doing something totally not that weird and creepy. And he's back.
That's weird. His fiber internet gave out for the first time ever.
That's weird. He's got like 8 billion gigabits, but for some reason, he just can't seem to stay connected here.
So I think that this is better than the Repeal, but not by much. I think that Old Tub's boost may be the fact that it has a little bit older whiskey, and it's 50% ABV. I would love to try like a reserve Repeal batch. Oh, hey,
DJ,
you're early tonight.
David, he is early. 21:47. Yeah, crazy early. So to catch you up a little bit here, Blake Internet. We tasted through the Jim Beam Repeal batch and I gotta get that Penelope box out of here. It's gonna throw off everything. We tasted through the Jim Beam Repeal batch and the Jim Beam Old Tub, or the Old Tub distilled by Jim Beam. And now Jay and I are doing a bit of science. And proofing the old tub down to match the Repeal batch to see what we think is cool. Yeah,
So,
both
yeah,
are great
so
for price.
I would take the
long and
Repeal,
the short of it.
then the diluted, then the old tub. Yeah, old tub's great. Now what I want to know is if I take the Knob Creek single barrel I have here just barely off camera. I'm not going to do that. We would just be diluting everything. It'd be like
Yeah.
a glass of ice water here at the end. But
I'm just going to put a splash of whiskey in this quart mason jar that I've got here.
Knob Creek would probably proof it up a bit.
Yeah. I had this water that was 0% ABV, and I wanted to spice things up a bit. So
like,
while we're
light beer.
all right, while we're teasing Penelope, so the Penelope stuff is going to be for our Friday stream. It's going to be a special event Friday, actually, not at our usual time.
Okay,
It'll be at 8 Eastern.
I could open these guys up. I've not tasted a single one of these yet. I'm way behind.
Yeah, you're going to want to do that at some point, but I mean,
Well,
we can't all be
present.
scientists, rocket surgeons, whatnot.
Yes, this is all MGP stock. We have 3 wildly different mash bills for our bourbon, which I think would be super cool.
That'll be fun. I did some blending last night.
Yeah, you were up doing some crazy shit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, there were some mistakes were made as well. One of my blends lacked science, so we wound up with I get some tasting notes from it, but I wouldn't necessarily trust them, and I wouldn't necessarily lean on those for recreating the blend.
Yeah.
But I feel like so I made some scientific blending stuff happen where it was very precise and measured, and then I took off my lab coat, flung it across the room, unstrapped my bra, and I was like, you know what? We are going to just mix this kind of by eye because some of the best shit in whiskey is happy accidents. So let's get happy and have a fucking accident.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it.
That's what I think.
I've been blending at this point for years now, which is super fun to see people actually embracing blending in bourbon without a super negative connotation. Ooh. Oh, baby.
Yeah, those are hot.
This is barrel proof.
Yeah, those are hot. They're a little different than the tub. You don't necessarily need to get out of the tub for your blending that I didn't know you were going to be doing, that I didn't make a banner for. But while you're in the tub, you might need to go ahead and turn the water temperature up a little bit.
Yeah, my God. No, I think so. This is going to be super fun because, I've blended a lot of shit for a lot of different people over the years. Some of it's come, some of it hasn't. This is super cool to get to do for our bourbon, which I'm pumped about because we'll do a bunch of these in the future too, as they get different barrels, they get different casks. This to me is, I love picking barrels. Picking barrels is super fun.
The auditor here, LIFO and accountant, will be joining us for the Friday event for the bourbon blending. That'll be again Friday at 8 Eastern with both Mike and Dan, the co-founder of Penelope Bourbon. And that's going to be, I think, a pretty good time. That could be one that goes a little bit deep too. That could be a Friday night lights type of deal. I
won't be driving after that one.
Right.
Not that I was driving to begin with.
I'll be down in your basement, not going back up the stairs. Be sleeping on the couch. My recording studio is actually in Jay's basement.
So that's why I don't have a basement.
Sorry, man. I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Your rent went up too. The power bill is taking a beating.
That would explain it.
Did you just blend those, or did you pour all 3?
No, I poured all 3. I have not tasted these at all, so I'm totally gonna tinker. Today's Tuesday. I'm gonna tinker Wednesday, Thursday.
I like Tinker Tuesday as an idea, though.
It's a great idea. That's basically what we've been doing. We've been tinkering. Quite a lot lately. If I was honest with you, I just have all 3 separate and 3 different Glencairns.
I like everything about that.
Work out tonight. Honestly, so Sample 1 was really interesting.
So
Really
you're
fun.
aware of the mash bill on these, but not of which sample is which mash. Is that correct?
Correct. So I know 100% of the mash bills, but I do not know which is which. They asked if we wanted to know, and I said no. Do not tell me. Let's figure out post blend. I think that's the best
Yeah.
part. We
I
are.
mean, the taste is what matters during the blend phase.
Yeah.
And when we get to the selection phase, knowing them might matter, might not, as long as we all come up with something that tastes decent. So I'm curious to see. So you're going to do these in 1, 2, 3 order, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of hanging out drinking them. This is the first time I've really been experiencing them, but I've a guess based on what I've tasted and smelled so far. But yeah, like I mean, it's hard to be totally blind and stuff like this. Like it's nice that Michael and Dan are letting us be as blind as we want. Like I know the mash bills, but I don't know which of these samples are which. I don't know their proof. We don't know their exact age, and I think that's great. Like
Yeah, I mean, they have to be what 2 to 5 year MGP.
Yeah, they're around there, 2 to 6. Smooth Ambler's coming out at 6.
I think these will be. It'll be an interesting experience blending it.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it will, I think, make a product that is good because not because it's blended by us. It'll be good because it's got good components in it. Like we've tried them all. You're getting into them now. I've tried them. Auditors tried them. There isn't one like I was a little bit scared, honestly, going into it. That like one of these was gonna be like, fuck, that one sucks. So how do we 50-50 this like in a polite way? But honestly, they're all decent. So it'll be fun to make something cool. And on top of that, like it'll be really nice to just kind of like batch something together and then hear everybody else's input on it. We get to be the guys that either fuck it up or don't.
That's a fun part to me. Like, and there's like we don't have to hit a certain mash bill. Like these are all, for the most part, bourbons. There's some corn in here too. Like, the fun is seeing how they blend, and I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping to get like 10 blends done and see which one I like best, and I'll throw that up on Friday. But there's
are you going to do the throwing up before the stream?
Throwing out?
Throwing up.
Oh well, hopefully. I mean,
I don't usually throw up till after, so.
I think the last time I threw up, I got food poisoning. To be honest with you, I think it's been like that was like a decade ago.
Yeah, the last time I threw up was because I got food poisoning after I drank like 12 Sam Adams.
That would introduce some turmoil.
Yep. Yeah, if you eat barbecue all day and drink 12 Sam Adams, that's food poisoning, right? When you have so much beer,
yes,
that
your body rejects food.
Your food is poison.
Man, one of these is fantastic, and I think based on what I know about your palate, I bet we would agree. But we'll save that for Friday. But
yeah, I was actually just going to call out which one I think it is, but I don't want to do that.
No,
I just want to party.
This is fun. So we have 200 milliliters of each. I'm looking forward to get all Heimerdinger up in here. This is gonna be. I'm like normally I'd be way ahead. I'd have blended stuff already, but this week has been just insane.
This week has been like on a measuring stick that goes up in different degrees of bullshit. This would be the one at the top that says the bullshit, but like the B is capital.
Capital B.
This is bullshit with a capital B.
That's like are you a John Mulaney fan?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, John Mulaney. He's an American comedian. And he does this bit about when you're writing happy birthday on a banner and you start with like a big ass H and then you run out of space. And so there's only 5 letters in happy. So you run out of space and you like fit on a noodle Y. And then when you get to birthday, like surely this like more letters will fit in the same amount of space. So you start with like a big ass B is like his lead in hook with it. And that's what I thought of when you said capital B.
I dig it.
I mean, yeah, I think this is going to be super fun. And I foresee many blends in our bourbon's future. I've been blended for years. It's fun to see places allowing us to blend. And the fun part about Penelope too is that it's all MGP sourced, and it's all blended and bottled at Castle and Key, which are two places I love. I love being at Castle and Key, so it'll be a good time.
So Hokie actually brought up a pretty good idea to measure out some proportions in the Boston's. I was considering something like this, where if we have, let's say, 2 or maybe even 3 blends that we're kind of going back and forth on, blend A, B, or C, which is better, which do we think we should bottle, how is it going to work? It'd be kind of cool to then, from our samples, blend those up and ship them off to a few people that join us in chat and just say, this is ultimately what we chose, but these are the top 3 contenders. Why don't you try them out and see what you think? And it doesn't fucking matter what you think because we already chose one, but hey, have fun doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that'd be super fun. Unfortunately, we are on a time crunch too. It does take a while to bottle these things, but it'd be cool for people to see like some other options that were around.
Yeah, just to see like this is what it actually, roughly is going to be.
Yeah.
And then so like this is the winning blend, marked with a star, and then these are the 2 contenders. Try them out and see what you think, and like, have fun knowing what it could have been.
Certainly. And Jordan brought up a really good point. He was wondering how this works out, which I think is really good. Yeah, so we're going to blend a little bit on our own. We're going to propose some recipes. We'll do some more blending, which is why I'm really thankful that we have more than just a little bit. Sometimes we get like 100 milliliters, which isn't a lot to work with. And then, so they're actually going to take and blend to our specification. And they asked, before time, we could pick a volume for them to meet so that, they'd make sure they gave us enough stock. And we came up with a number that makes sense bottle count wise with all the bourbons that we have also going on for our bourbon. So yeah, we're going to pick this blend it. We're going to give them the proportions, and then they're going to go ahead and they're going to draw that out of stock, measure it precisely, bottle it up. We're going to custom label it, and then it's going to ship on out.
So the fine print, which the auditor brought up, fucking imagine that, is that we have to have at least 20% of each mash bill in the total blend. Yep. So, I mean, unless they send us more whiskey, it will be blended up more than 20.
Yeah, certainly. It should be a fun time. It's really fun to do like a commercial blend as a selection. That's something that's totally new for me. I've been blending for a while, but that usually goes on behind the scenes. It's fun to see that like people are embracing this as a pick, and I'd love to see other spirits doing it. I would love to see more bourbon places, or even like bourbon rye combinations where you try like 3 bourbon, 3 rye, blend them together. I think that's a huge frontier opportunity that people aren't aware of yet, but it's definitely coming around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely figured out which 3 of these are.
Yeah, it won't take you long with nosing them. 2 of them, I think, are similar enough.
One of these is just fantastic.
One of these things is not like the other.
One of these things is awesome. Yeah,
and I knew you were going to go that road with that one particular class.
In fact, I might we got a couple of minutes. I don't know. You got anywhere to
go? No. I've got like 7 or 8 different bottles of whiskey on my desk here. We can hang out here as long as we feel like is appropriate, which isn't like a whole lot longer, but like
I got 10 minutes in me. I'm going to try one blend. I think I got some ideas.
Here we go.
Gonna give this a nice Italian soda water blend, mineral water.
Naturally. Go ahead, refresh the palate there.
Clean that.
Now, within the kit that we were sent by Penelope, is some pretty basic info to get going on blending, and they recommend starting out with, I think it's a 1:1:1 ratio, just to try them out and see what it looks like. So you can kind of start tipping one way or the other after you've sampled them out.
Yep.
However, I don't want you to do that. I want you to get a little bit weirder right off the bat. Here we go.
I'm doing?
No. You should keep doing. What you're doing is like the right amount of weird.
Oh yeah.
The numbers on there are looking just right.
Daddy, please. So yeah, I definitely have one favorite. don't know how you mix these things. You just like
I think just the swirl
like
in the cylinder, then into the Glencairn, give it another swirl.
so. The nice part about the graduated cylinder is that you can measure it, which you cannot do in a Glencairn home. Do I have a clean one?
Oh man, Hoki's
I do.
Hoki's after you here. He knows.
So I will never just like plop down to the kitchen and drink out of these guys. But
Are you sure? I might.
it's
I
this
might
holds
do it
less
tonight.
than 2 ounce pour in a Glencairn, I think. Yeah, 50 milliliters plus or minus 0.5.
Okay, let's get the whiskey cam back online here.
Oh, would you look at that? It's like there's a whiskey festival coming up.
Oh, weird. Actually, my kit from Traverse City hasn't shown up yet. So
Wait, really?
there's certainly an event happening tomorrow night that we are partaking in.
You might.
I might be that guy sneaking in with the off-grade hooch here. Oh shit, this cork is gonna break.
That's pretty funny. Mine showed up on Saturday, I think.
Well, you're like fucking 40 miles away from Michigan.
Honestly, I thought you were pretty close too. I mean, not as close. I know that, but
Yeah, I mean, like, relatively speaking, I'm not far away. I haven't tried this Traverse City cherry yet. We're just like getting a little bit into everything tonight, I guess.
we are going wild. I have like a bunch of bottles out here that I was going to try, but this is too much.
Cork's gonna break.
Is it? You're gonna blow that guy?
Do what now?
The cork.
Pay extra for that.
Yeah, I got some ideas on a blend. I got a lot more work to do, but I've got some
Whoa.
ideas. Is that the cherry or the barrel proof cherry?
It's the standard cherry.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to rub that in. If your box doesn't come yet, it's definitely not the barrel proof.
No, most certainly not. What I should do
There you go, being a dick again.
Mix in you get this right, the barrel is like the barrel proof bourbon.
I talked about that I think 2 weeks ago.
Should mix that in with the cocktail cherries and then call it barrel proof cherry.
Not gonna lie, I really like those cherries.
I think they're really good.
Luxardo will always be king, but the Traverse City cherries, like especially someone who vacations in Traverse City almost every year, they're so different in like a way, and it's even difficult for me to describe. I don't know that I have a good way. They're not like candy like, but they're very much different from like that dark, not like cocoa, but you know what I'm talking about. Like they're more
the richness of the Luxardo.
They're totally different. It's super fun.
Yeah, I think they walk a good line between your very traditional maraschino, that it's like the fruit is totally bleached of all color and flavor, and then re-injected with red 40 sugar and whatever else they think suits the American palate.
Yeah, certainly.
They walk a good line between that and a Luxardo, or I don't know if you ever had Peninsula cherries, which are pretty similar to the Luxardo, really. Not quite as good, but they're similar, at least in color, texture, and they shoot for the same style of syrup. The Traverse City kind of fall in between the garbage cherries and the Luxardos in terms of both like flavor, color. Like it's obvious that they're actual fruit that hasn't been like totally defiled, like
tinkered with.
Yeah, like when you go to a ice cream shop and you get like that one bright red fucking orb on top of your ice cream. It's like borderline offensive, and you don't dare eat it.
And you would know. I mean, you did that awesome cherry series like 6 months ago.
I did a pretty aggressive cherry article on TheBourbonFinder.com, and it was in depth, you could say.
I like the Traverse ones. I'll do like a serving of gin, a couple servings of mineral water, and then like one cherry and a teaspoon or bar spoon or whatever of the.
Is that water sparkling or still?
The Italian sparkling water.
Okay.
You see, Pellegrino wouldn't talk to me, so I had to go the discount with sparkling.
I like your style.
No, I mean I love cleanses the palate. There's some cheese nuts, whatever.
Yeah.
Great in cocktails, super affordable. You know, it's quarantine. We can't all be living on lavish budgets here, but
Right. While I
yeah,
was
I mean,
away on vacation at camp, I brought the Traverse City cherries. I bet in the 2 weeks that I was gone, I went through 3/4 of that jar of cherries. Like, well, I'm not really making a cocktail, but I'm gonna have a pour of rye, and I feel like 3 cherries on a skewer is the right way to offset this and turn it into a cocktail.
I
So
mean
it's
that's
like,
what I've been doing though. Like I've been
yeah,
doing like,
it
man,
works
like
too. I dig them.
love some gin, boom, love some ice, love some Italian mineral water that's sparkling, not still. Boom, couple cherries, and it's like light, it's refreshing, it's been hot here. It's like hard not to have like 5 of those in a sitting
Yep.
because they're delightful.
Yeah, they are good. Fucking whiskey cam sucks right now, so it's gonna go back to timeout.
We'll have to do like a not like a cherry episode, but like we'll have to do like a couple of like random favored like low effort but high deliciousness cocktails. And it's like
So a cherry episode, yeah, that sounds great. It
yeah, so we'll
would
just
probably be awesome.
all right.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's true. We could do a cherry episode. I think that's a good thing to look forward to here, especially coming into the fall. Bust out some rye cocktails.
Oh fuck, dude! When the fall hits, I'm drinking Marzen, drinking Fest beer. I'm like all about the Oktoberfest season, and then I'm going for like old fashions, Manhattans all the time.
Yeah,
I
a
don't
lot of
think
Manhattan.
beers come out for me in the summer until like it hits. Whew. Yeah, Canadian whiskey,
Oh,
definitely.
DJ wants to talk a little bit of Canadian whiskey.
I
I mean,
Treaty Oak just sent me a 10-year Canadian rye, which we all know who that came from, which I'm super pumped about.
yeah, we should definitely mess with that.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Whistle Pig stashed away. We could totally go Canadian.
Oh, I got a big old pile of pigs.
We could get very north with it.
I like your style. Yeah, DJ, that's a good idea. Bust out the caribou blends.
Mm.
There's I'm gonna have to talk to a couple people. There's some other Canadian stuff that I want to bring on if we're gonna do that too.
I would definitely like get some antlers for that one, or like I guess you could. Who is the Mountie? The guy that rides the horse?
Correct.
Okay.
RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Yes, them. I'll have to figure out how to like wriggle it up, but on
Get
the
you a
horse.
red blazer, leather belt,
It's
Stetson.
the hat. I think the hat is what makes it. To
Yeah,
me.
you gotta have the Stetson. Yeah. I guess I don't know if those would be Stetsons or not. In the police
I
world,
know
that would be a
exactly what
Stetson
happens.
hat, but I don't know if theirs are actually made by Stetson. I doubt it.
Man. Okay, so I'll let this rest, but the blending will be fun. I just did 2 blends here, and I love one of them, so I'm gonna write it down before.
Yeah, could you do that? Because we're gonna need, and I gave auditor homework to go ahead and write down some blends too. I don't know if that ever happened. Probably won't happen, but if it ever happens, we'll have that for Friday, so we can come into it with at least maybe. Let's just say we each show up with a blend that we think is cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm pumped for it too because this will be the 7th official pick. I've got 3 more up my sleeve, so that'll be 10 total. So that'll be about 1,800 bottles of whiskey for about 7,000 people that have signed up. So odds will be good that people get.
Yeah,
some
people will be able to get involved with it. That'll be fun.
Just-
And it was still, there's plenty of meat left on the bone for 2022. And if you're going to tell me that you got so much time on your hands, or not enough time on your hands, I guess, that you can't hang out, drink whiskey, watch us blend whiskey, and then buy this blended whiskey, I don't know. I hate you. You're lying. A whole host of things come to mind, most of which would get us banned from YouTube, I feel like. But
No, people are pretty interested. I think it'll be a fun time. It'll be the first blend for our bourbon, which is super interesting and new. I didn't love the Penelope standard bourbon, but the barrel strength is really nice. It's clearly pretty mature, which is good.
yeah,
But yeah, I think I got big plans for 2021. I can't talk about them yet, but there'll be some fun stuff for that one. And I think a Canadian episode would be a lot of fun. People don't really I mean, to be fair, like the Canadian whiskey's biggest flaw is that what they do is export their best stuff and they keep the worst stuff for themselves. And that is
Well, yeah, and then allow
historically.
the coloring and flavoring. But we don't have to get too far into that. We could pick things out that are actually good.
Alberta, like, give me Alberta. I need
Right.
Alberta all day. Like, let me bury me in Alberta when my body passes on.
Yep. Bird or rye all day, man.
I think
Well,
I go ahead.
No, you do it.
I was gonna say I got the tiniest bit of this last pour, and then I think maybe we should let these people have their wonderful Tuesday evenings back. But
Yeah, I think we should give them back their evening here. We've run a little bit extra time here, just doing some sneak peek blending and a little bit of teaser for what's going to be coming up Friday. Hopefully everybody's kicking around to watch that. I know it's going to be kind of a weird time slot at 8 on a Friday, but let's just get weird.
it was either that or 2 p.m., which is like my preferable time to start, but I also have work to do. So
Right.
figured evening, Friday, make a day out of it. It'll be a fun time. Maybe we'll hang on after 2, or we'll, they're joining us after their busy work week. It should be a fun time for everyone to
Yeah, I think everybody's ready to blow off steam at that point.
kick back and blow off some steam for sure. But yeah, well, thanks for coming out, everyone. It is One Crown Marnac. I like it. Monarch, sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah, we will. Why don't you throw Hoki's comment up? We'll close it out. We'll close it out with that. I'm doing what I can. I think the 2021 will be a good year. I'll just say that. But yeah, thanks for everyone for coming out. It was great to see you, John. It is so great to have you back. It was fun to stream by myself, but it was lonely. It wasn't nearly as much fun, so it's good to have you back. Our bourbon stuff is going well. My name is Jay. I write and founded Take.Review. If you don't know how to spell that, it's up on the screen here. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me online at my website. You can find me at Twitter at Take Drinks. And I'll pass it to John. But I hope you guys are staying healthy and happy, and have a good week off.
That all works. So I'm John, the Bourbon Finder. It's good to be back from vacation. Vacation was great and fun. And as much work as it is to drink delicious tequila and whiskey and rye and just kind of go fishing and do whatever I want all day, it's not the same as getting in the tub with one of your good buddies. So it's great to be back. If you guys are looking forward to any old tub reviews, I'm sure Jay will roll his out here in a week or 2. I'll have mine rolling out this week, maybe 3 weeks for Jay. You never know. But I don't know. I guess we'll hopefully see you guys Friday. We're going to be doing a little work here with Penelope. And I think if I can find any of the right buttons over here, I don't have any. I don't actually have any banners. I thought I had more banners built, but like I said, today was total hush shit, so we didn't get anything ready to rock.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Central on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you need a link, find it on our bourbon, find it on my site. I'll tweet about it a bunch. It should be a hell of a night.
Boom. All right, guys. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out.
Howdy.
Be good.